Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are all having such a lovely day. My day's been really great so far. I went to the spring, I paddleboarded, and now I'm back here with my excellent dog Juno, and we've just been playing ball in the yard and it's getting a little hot, so I figured I would just go ahead and start doing a video because I felt really inspired and it's been really nice outside. I do want to talk about free ways to get started on your holistic lifestyle. So, when things are tough and you don't have a lot of extra money to throw around, it can feel like it's really crazy to figure out how to really get started on your holistic journey. And it feels like so many things cost a lot of money, and while that is true, some things do cost money in order for you to reach certain goals and stuff. There are definitely ways to help you just live a more holistic lifestyle in general, and they don't cost any money, so that's really great. I know that when I was first starting, and my husband and I were not married at the time and we didn't have a whole lot of money, but we still kind of just went with it and we figured it out. And these are some of the things that I started doing for my holistic journey, and I still do these things, and they definitely do make a huge difference, and they don't cost anything, or if they do, they're very low cost. So definitely affordable. Most of them are free. So let's get into it. The first thing that you can do would be to get outside first thing in the morning. So this is really excellent for helping your circadian rhythm and also for helping to balance your hormones. So when you are going outside right after you wake up, this tells your body that it is time to be alert. And it doesn't matter if the sun is out yet. I know some people have jobs where they work and the sun's not up when they get up, but it's still important to go outside within 20 minutes of waking up and looking at the sky and being outside, and just the general light from outside is going to tell your body and your brain, wow, it's time to wake up. So let's get the day started. And this really has made a huge difference in my sleep. It helps you wake up a lot easier as the time goes on and you do this over and over, because when you are going outside, this tells your body to stop producing melatonin and to start producing hormones to make you more alert. So rather than going for your phone and reaching for that and playing on your phone until whenever you are getting ready for your morning, going outside is really going to help tremendously. The second thing would be having a bedtime routine. So this is something that is super, super important. Even just any kind of routine of like a morning and nighttime routine, these are really excellent because routines really do set you up for success. So if you're kind of just going about your day and you don't really have any plan and you're just kind of winging it, sometimes things can get a little chaotic. So this is going to look different for everyone. So the first thing that I do when I wake up, I always grab a warm beverage. It's usually like warm water with some lemon juice in there, and then some beet juice that I buy at the store, and I go outside with that and I get my morning sun exposure, and that's really peaceful. Sometimes I'll play with my dog and I'll throw the ball back and forth for like 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe I might journal in the morning, but most of the time I'm just kind of being present. After that, I will go inside and I will start to do like some yoga, some stretches, deep breathing. I have recently been exercising in the morning, just doing some resistance training for like 15 minutes and then some stretching after that. And that's been really helpful. It just helps me boost my mood and get my energy levels up, and you just feel really good throughout the rest of the day. And then when you're done with the day, you don't have to be like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to have time to fit my workout in, because you already did it. I don't usually work out on an empty stomach. I'll usually have like the glass of milk before, and then I'll have like my regular breakfast, super hearty meal, a lot of protein and good carbs and stuff. And that's pretty much my morning routine. And my bedtime routine is literally just winding down for the day, turning off my phone, just really connecting, maybe talking to my husband or reading a book. If I have time for it, I'll do like trigger pointing, or I'll take a bath, or I will do some kind of like spa day thing or like spa night, and that's a lot of fun. And then I'll shower and just do the rest of the things that I need to do and lay in bed. Maybe I might read a little bit, and I will definitely meditate and then set my phone on the sleep app that I have to monitor my sleep, and that's really it. So it's just something that's simple, but it's a really solid base for me. So that's gonna look different for everyone. It does not have to look like my routine. Having a routine is really important. So the third free thing that you can do is exercise. So yes, I did just mention this in my last point, and that is exercise. So exercise is super, super important for so many different things. Getting out and moving your body is exactly what it is designed for. So rather than sitting behind a desk all day and then coming home and plopping on the couch and binge watching Netflix, you know, maybe even just doing some jumping jacks or some calisthenics, walking in place. I know it might look a little silly depending on your office setting, but really getting that blood flowing rather than just sitting there all day. And, you know, exercise is really an important part of our lives, and we really don't move nearly as much as we should. So like I said, you know, maybe doing this in the morning or maybe in the afternoon, really setting a schedule is going to help you tremendously for what you want to accomplish. So maybe that just looks like relaxation, so going for a long walk, or even doing some yoga, or maybe you want to get strength, so maybe you can do calisthenics or some light resistance training with some bands or weights. Or maybe you really enjoy being outside, so you can go hiking, go swimming in a lake, or doing something else that really fulfills you and just makes you feel alive. So there's so many different kinds of exercise and movement, and it's really up to you to decide what works best for you. And it does not have to be complicated, and you can really make it fun, because exercise does not have to be about pushing yourself so hard that you pass out. That is obviously not what you want to do. That's not conducive for hormone health or any kind of metabolic health. And just getting out there and moving your body is what's really going to count. The fourth thing would be mindfulness or some kind of meditation. So yes, I did mention this as well, and it is on this list for a very good reason. So when I first heard about mindfulness, I was very turned off by the idea of it. I was like, well, that's stupid. I'm not gonna just sit there and turn my brain off and not think about anything, because, you know, as soon as you hear the words like, oh, don't think, like, you're still gonna be thinking, because that's just what our brains do. And that's not what meditation is about at all. Meditation is just about sitting there in stillness and observing the patterns and the thoughts that come up and just letting them be, and letting that be okay, that these thoughts are coming into your mind. It's really just about not holding on to these thoughts. So a lot of times the things that we talk about throughout our day, we've talked about them the day before that and the day before that, and so on and so forth. So by really bringing the awareness to your thoughts and to your breath is going to help you stay a lot more centered and a lot more focused, because when you are holding on to these thoughts and you are letting them control you, you are going to definitely have a hard time to unwind and relax. And by meditating and focusing on breath work, even guided meditations can be really helpful. There's an app called Insight Timer, Sattva, My Life Meditation, and even like Headspace. These can be really helpful to give you guided meditations if you're not quite there yet, and I found them to be very helpful. Meditation is super important, and I definitely recommend it. It is just a really grounding practice to help you become more aware of where you are and to help kind of just check in with your mind. So just be really present with yourself, and this goes for all aspects of life. So rather than scrolling on your phone while your loved one is talking to you, really be present and really listen to what they have to say, because these are the moments in life that are going to just pass you by if you don't listen and you take these things for granted. So really being mindful and present of your surroundings and your loved ones is really going to make a huge difference. The fifth one would be journaling. So this is another really excellent tool to have in your toolbox. And like I said, I do this one at nighttime before bed, because it really does help me decompress and to just get some things off my mind that might kind of stay in my brain and kind of disrupt my sleep. So this is really awesome to just help you journal out some things that maybe are bothering you, or even some situations that you just want to get out. And this is really excellent because you know, when I was a kid, like diaries were like a huge thing. And I remember everyone was like, oh, my diary, this is like my place where I can just say whatever I want. And, you know, that's kind of the point of journaling. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I find that just kind of talking about my day and some of the things that have happened, and maybe even some of the situations, it can also give me another perspective. I know that it's like my perspective, but like writing it out on paper does help with that, because, you know, I get to see what I am thinking, and then I can look back on that and kind of reevaluate. And if it's really hard for you to journal, I know that sometimes people have a difficult time with this, and that's completely understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. There are journals that do give you prompts, and they ask certain questions that help you think about things. They'll ask you about your day, or how things went, or how you're feeling. And this is really great for people who have a hard time journaling, so definitely check into that. I don't have the list of journal names on the top of my head. I will search through some of them, and I will put the link in the description for that. And the last thing, the most important part, so if you don't take anything from this video, please at least take this advice, because getting outside is super important. It is vitamin D. So make sure that you get outside and you are out in the sunshine every single day, because the sunshine is super important. So vitamin D plays a huge role in our hormonal system, in our metabolism, our immune system, our circadian rhythm, and so much more. So this is why getting out in the sun is really important, and it's really not that hard. All you have to do is go outside and either sunbathe, or if you don't have time for that, go for a little walk during the day at your lunch break or something. And this is really gonna help boost your mood a lot, because low vitamin D is such a common thing now because of the fact that we are inside all the time now. So that's really unfortunate, because not only is indoor air super toxic, but also we're not getting the fresh air and the vitamin D that we desperately need. So if you get your vitamin D levels checked, please, please, please be sure to go outside and get vitamin D. So, you know, the amount of exposure time varies per person depending on the skin color. So for like a really light skinned person like myself, I would only need about like 15 minutes. I find out that I can tolerate being out much longer than that, because I don't eat a lot of vegetable oil, and I've been increasing my animal product intake and my saturated fat over the past couple years, and I've noticed that's helped a lot. But if you're a little bit darker skin, that might look like 25 minutes or even like 35 minutes, or, you know, even longer. And on a side note, you do need magnesium in order for your body to utilize the vitamin D. So if you do not have adequate magnesium levels, you're not going to be able to utilize the vitamin D the way that you should. So this is not really the free part. So like I did say, there are some things in this video that are not free, and this is one of them. Magnesium is something that I still do take, and I still enjoy it. I will put the link in the description below for the brand that I use. I've tried other ones, and they've all been bleh. I don't like them. I don't feel like they work really well, and this one's been really awesome. So I definitely recommend you check that one out. And magnesium is a really awesome mineral to be taking if you are deficient. Foods like pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, almonds, and even dark chocolate are all really excellent sources of magnesium. So if you don't have enough magnesium in your diet, be sure to eat those foods. And I know, ladies, I especially love the dark chocolate one. That one is my favorite. Some of the things that can deplete magnesium are stress, alcohol, birth control, and sugar. So these are all things to avoid if you can. Of course, you know, I'm not talking about sugar from like fruits and stuff. I'm talking about refined sugar. But yeah, these are things that can deplete them. So that's it for this video. I hope that you found all of this information helpful. These are some really excellent ways to help you start living a holistic lifestyle for free. So I know there's a lot of different things that you can do to pay for to help you live holistically, but you know, there's also free things that a lot of us do forget or we just don't know about. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you found it helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this one. I post new videos every single week. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.